Hey, what's up? Ian here, and today I'm going to talk about this SIMGOT EM10. It is a premium earphone. This is the box. Even the box is premium, as you can see. Big box. The retail price for this is 440 US dollars, not cheap. It's a multi-driver IEM, and it's available on Linsol's website. So I'll leave an unaffiliated link in the description below, just in case you guys want to check it out. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in. Very nice. On top here, you get some notes, which is salute to art and science, right? A tagline. At the side here, you do get the branding. It's maybe an art, I don't know, but dream, it says here. Okay, and of course the model number. At the bottom, you'll see a graph. This is the graph that they measured and some specs. Let me read the specs out to you. So as I mentioned, this is a multi-driver IEM. So there will be one dynamic driver, 8 balance armatures, and 1 piezo transducer. So in total, you have 10 drivers on each side. Okay, the sensitivity is 120 dB. Impedance is 41.6 ohms, and the frequency range is 8 to 40,000 hertz. Okay, so that's the specs. Now, let's take a look at the accessories that comes with it. This is a carrying case, a very normal carrying case, silver in color. Inside, you can put your adapter or the interchangeable head, your mesh pocket to put your ear tips and your IEM in the cable. Okay, hard shell case protects your IEM, and you get ear tips, 2 sets of ear tips. So this is the same. I'm just going to show one set. So in total, 2 sets, small, medium, and large of normal bore ear tip, as you can see. Yeah, so the ear tips is actually fine. I've used this ear tips before, but I still prefer to use my own, Final E ear tips. So I've been using that. I've tried this, but yeah, didn't really suit me. So yeah, I've been using my Final E ear tips. Okay, and then of course the interchangeable head. This is the 3.5. Okay, I have the 4.4, which is on the cable itself already, right? So the cable itself here has the 4.4, so you can change out from 3.5 to 4.4. Okay, right, the cable itself, this is the cable, very nice and plush, glittery cable. It's a 2-core braided cable, twisted, and as I mentioned, this head here, you can interchange it to your 3.5. Let me just show you how easy it is to plug it in. So you just plug in the 3.5, turn it around to find that notch to where it matches up, and then just push it in, and that's how easy it is to change your termination. Okay, it comes with a chin slider, which is gold. Okay, very nice gold chin slider, and it cinches the cable quite well, so it's not too tight, not too loose, it's just nice. Okay, and for the ear hooks, it's also just nice. It's not too stiff and not too soft, so it's just nice, holds the IEM in place. And in total, in overall, the cable is a very nice. I would say it's a bit too glittery for me as a man, but yeah, it's a nice premium quality cable. Now, the IEM is a medium size to large type of IEM. And the faceplate, you got 2 different colors, black and white, two-faced. And basically it shows off the artistic side of this earphone. And on the inner shell is 3D printed. Okay, 3D printed with quite a lot of curves here. And the angle of the nozzle is actually pretty alright. Goes into my ears, fits my ears very well, and it's a built-in nozzle. As you can see, there's no filter or anything like that. Now, in terms of fit and comfort, let me just show you. So basically, this fits my ear very well. Doesn't give me any, it doesn't move around. Okay, very comfortable wear because of the curve. It doesn't give me any pain. It doesn't press the back of my ears. Again, fit and comfort, it depends on the individual. So this earphones fits my ear very well. And also it's in terms of the seal, because the nozzle is long enough, it does go right into my ear quite deep, and gives me a very good seal, and depends on the ear tips that I'm using. So the ear tips I'm using is this Final ET ear tips, which gives me a very nice seal. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the technical performance of this earphone. And you know, $440 is a lot of money, right? And I would say it's very comparable to the DaVinci. DaVinci is a bit cheaper, which is $300. This is one step up, okay? In terms of the sound that this produces, the clarity, the range of the sound that this produces is amazing, okay? The distortion is very, very low. In fact, I don't hear distortions on this earphone. The driver compatibility and the coherence of the driver is really good. The crossover on this, it works flawlessly. Overall resolution of this is just fantastic. So $440, I would say is worth it if you have that kind of money to buy. And this IEM will last you a very, very long time with the tuning that it has. Okay, it is not a reference tuning. I'll talk about the tuning later, but in terms of the tuning of this, in terms of the overall performance and the technical capabilities of this IEM, is worth that $440, whereby you spend just once and you know what you want. This will last you a very long time. Okay. Now, soundstage is very, very wide, very, very nice, immersive soundstage, very airy soundstage. It's got nice height, nice width, and nice depth as well. And the layers are all very nicely separated, front and back, and also to the sides. Sound separation is very nicely compartmentalized. Vocals, they are well separated from the percussions and the instruments. Well, overall, I mean, if you talk about multi-driver IEMs, the only advantage I can see and hear is actually the sound separation. And this is a very, very good performer in terms of sound separation. And for the detail retrieval, it's all right. Okay, I would say, you know, this is okay when it comes to detail retrieval. But, you know, overall resolution of this is just amazing. Okay. Right, now let's talk about the tone and timbre for this. This is warm, this is fun, this is textured, this is, oh, very, very nice. This is a very fun earphone, very matured sound. Okay, so if you're into that kind of tone, a very matured and smooth tone, then this is the earphone that you might want to consider, right? A very, very smooth tone. In terms of the sound signature, let me bring out my graph. Okay, I'll post the graph somewhere up here. Okay, so basically, if you look at the entire frequency of this earphone, of this EM10, the bass is boosted, right? It's not shy with the sub bass and the mid bass, and even all the way down to the mids as well. So this is, I would say, a very typical V-shaped tuned IEM, but with the separation of the drivers. Okay, so if you look at the sub bass is like 5 dB above the Harman target, and this will give you a very earthy, textured, well-bodied type of sub bass. You can feel it, you can hear it with the dynamic driver, and overall rumble is very extended. As you can see from the curve, it slopes up instead of you know, sloping down. So man, when I listen to the sub bass on this, it's very immersive and very addictive as well. For the mid bass is, I would say, muddy. Okay, it's a very muddy kind of tuning. You get a lot of mud, you get a lot of sub bass. It's just bass presence in the tracks that you listen to, especially for those tracks that are very bassy. You will feel your bass, you will hear your bass, and if you're a bass head, this is the IEM that you want to invest in if you want to have just one IEM for a long time. Okay, so very nice bass shelf, I would say. Well, it's not going to do much good for the mids, because this bass shelf will veil, it will definitely veil your mids, okay, because you get that presence of the sub bass and the mid bass. Now the mids recessed is veiled by the bass, so in terms of details from your percussions, it's veiled, it's not prominent, it's not forward. So violins, they sound a little bit laid back, a little bit heavy, right? It's a bit unnatural. It's got that heaviness in the bottom frequencies of the violin. Guitars, electric guitars, that they lose that shill on the top end. Pianos, they sound nice. I would say pianos on the lower end, they sound nice, but on the higher notes, they sound a little bit floaty. But yeah, so basically instruments, they sound all right, but it's just a little bit too bass heavy for me. Vocals, male vocals, they sound great on this. They sound fantastic. That got that earthy feel to it. They don't sound natural. They sound very textured. They sound very authoritative, very present in the mix. So male vocals, they sound fantastic on this. Female vocals, they also sound, they've got that low end support. At the same time, they sound a little bit dark. Okay, so yeah, female vocals, I would say they sound a little bit recessed, a little bit shy, and not the brightest. I don't hear that sparkle there. So that's for the mids. Now the gain to the mids is actually quite normal. All right, this is actually a pretty normal gain, so it's not too smooth. Okay, it's not as smooth as the Super Mix 4, which I just reviewed, and it's not intense as well, so it's actually just nice. You can feel that energy, especially for female vocals. You can feel the intensity of your instruments and your percussions as well. So it's all right, but it's not harsh. All right, it's not harsh. It's not in your face type of presentation. So to me, it's all right. Okay. In terms of the treble is a dark treble. So if you piece it all together, you have very heavy bass shelf, recessed mids, and dark treble. What do you get? You get a very muddy and textured and thick type of sound. So whatever tracks that you throw at it, it's going to give you back that thick, soupy type of sound. Okay, so very dark. I wouldn't say very dark, but it's a dark treble. And if you look at the tail end, it bounces back up and rolls off naturally. Okay, so that's the overall graph of this EM10. Very nice thick sound. Okay, overall is good for EDM. It's best for EDM. Metal, heavy metal, trance, techno, thrash metal, anything that's fun, anything that is headbanging, this IEM is suitable for that. For classical, not so much. For jazz, it's all right. For instrumental, it depends on what kind of instruments you listen to. So yeah, but for gaming, it's actually pretty good. I tried this on gaming, and the footsteps, they've got heaviness to that, sound, and also explosions. The soundstage is good, right? So explosions, they've got that immersive explosion, and watching Netflix on this is also fantastic. Okay, so that's the overall sound signature of this EM10. Okay, now let's compare it with its sister, okay, which is the Super Mix 4. Okay, this is the Super Mix 4, and this is the EM10. So what's the difference between these two? First is the price. Of course, the EM10 is much more expensive. Now, but the overall resolution of this is much cleaner, okay, as compared to the Super Mix 4. Okay, soundstage wise, it's much wider. Okay, I've got a more immersive soundstage as compared to the Super Mix 4. the overall texture, tone, the timbre of it, this is much more fun, and I would say smooth, okay, and earthy, as compared to the Super Mix 4. The overall bass on this is much heavier, okay, than the Super Mix 4. The overall mids, I would say, the Super Mix 4 is forward. This has got more details, more clarity to the mids, and overall, I would say vocal sounds better on the Super Mix 4. The Super Mix 4 would sound a little bit smoother, than not as intense as the EM10, okay? And overall, I would say the treble is about the same, but I think it's a bit darker on the EM10 as compared to the Super Mix 4, okay? Depends on, I mean, if you ask me which one I prefer, it depends, you know. Sometimes I prefer a bit more clarity, a bit more details, then I'll go with the Super Mix 4. But overall, winner is the EM10. When I listen to most of my tracks, I prefer to listen to the EM10. All right, so now let's compare it with the DaVinci. All right, so this is the EM10 DaVinci. Now, the bass shelf for the EM10 is much more than the DaVinci. Overall soundstage, I would say DaVinci is a bit more airy, a bit more wide. The detail retrieval, I would say both are about the same, but this is maybe a bit better. Right? DaVinci has got a bit more details as compared to the EM10. The overall sound separation, both are about the same as well. I would say this one has got a little bit of edge. When it comes to the resolution, it's a bit cleaner on the top end, whereas the DaVinci sounds a bit grainier, all right, to me. But in terms of technical performance, these two are quite comparable. Now, in terms of tone and timbre, this is so much thicker. If you think that the DaVinci is thick, it sounds thick and textured, this one sounds thicker and textured, okay? So bass shelf on this is much more than the DaVinci. DaVinci has got a tucked mid bass, this doesn't have. So this is a bit more muddier than the DaVinci. The mids, I would say DaVinci is a bit more forward as compared to the EM10. And the overall peanut gain, the smoothness of the gain to the treble, I would say the DaVinci sounds smoother compared to the EM10. But EM10, I would say it sounds nicer on the treble. It sounds cleaner as well, and overall, I say the brightness, the EM10 is a little bit brighter than the DaVinci, okay? Both of them, I mean, they sound dark, but I would say the EM10 is a little bit brighter, okay? Right, so that's the comparison with the DaVinci, and also that concludes my overall review of this EM10. I would say it's expensive, it's $440, so if you like this type of tuning, and if you have the money to spend and you want to buy an IEM that will last you a very long time with good accessories as well, then you might want to consider the SIMGOT EM10. All right, so that concludes my overall review and impression of the SIMGOT EM10. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next review. Cheers.